What's going on, guys? Onto the Tottenham episode of this transfer analysis series, and it could be busy. It could be busy for Tottenham. I was just flicking through the squad quickly and didn't realise quite how big it was. You know, I couldn't fit everyone in. The likes of Bradford and a couple of others who I couldn't actually get in. I think Bentaleb was the other one. But yeah, it's a massive side, and it should be able to accommodate the Europe and League. You know, and you're going alright in Europe so far, through to the knockout stages, and you're through to a final of a cup also, Carling Cup final against Chelsea, and you're not looking too bad in the league either. So overall, too bad for Spurs. You know, you still haven't properly got it going yet under Pochettino, and I think he'll probably need the summer transfer window to maybe offload one or two more players and then bring in his type of players he does. And I think that's why Harry Kane's been such a revelation, is because of his work rate up front and the way he just applies himself and puts himself about. He's a Tottenham boy through and through, hence the song that rings around White Hart Lane. Yeah, he's a real good player. You know, I wasn't too sure about him. I watched Europa League games on Thursday nights, and he was scoring in them, but I didn't think coming up against wasn't Premier League quality opposition. Didn't think much of it, and then he came and he absolutely flourished for Spurs, didn't he? He's getting league goals. I think it started with the last minute free kick at Villa, which won him a point, won him the 3 points, and you know, he's a young boy, and I think he could go and have a real bright career, just for his strength and guile and workmanship. He's a great finisher as well. The goal against Crystal Palace, I think, not too long back, what a finish that was. So I really like him. Another one who's set the world this season, Christian Eriksen. His free kick ability is like unbelievable. It really is. That the free kick he got at Sheffield United earlier on this week, phenomenal, absolutely brilliant free kick. I haven't seen too many better. I mean that. He's gone both feet, and he in that pocket. You know, he's been pushed out wide at Spurs since he's got there a lot of the time, but he's been brought outside a little, brought inside a little bit now, playing off the front man, and he's paying off. It really is. You know, I think he's got 9 or 10 goals this season from midfield, which isn't not a bad return at all. And he's a quality player. There has been some controversy with his national team and saying he's a bit too big for his boots, and you know, the team comes first or whatever. But I really do like Eriksen. I think he's a quality player. He's been fantastic this season. Do the transfer business. There are one or two that look like they could be going out. One is Yunus Kabul. Now, I know Stuttgart are interested in him, and Tottenham are interested in their record-breaking teenager Timo Werner. He's only a young lad, and Tottenham are looking at getting him. So they're looking to maybe offload Kabul and get this young talent in at the same time. Whether it'll work, I don't know. They definitely need to offload one or two players. You know, with Fazio, Dyer, Kirikez, Vertonghen and Kabul's too many centre backs. Like Kabul's gonna go. Another one, Aaron Lennon, who's been at Tottenham for years and years. Looks like he could be departing Hull, the likely location for where he's gonna end up. And yeah, I like Lennon. You know, he works hard, and he's a good fast winger. Sometimes his final delivery lets him down a little bit. And maybe doesn't get his head and look to pass, and that's the criticism he has had. You know, but he was playing for England at one point, so he's not a bad player at all. He'll be a good signing for if it materialises. It looks like it probably will. He's a bit of dead wood at Tottenham at the minute. So fair play to him. I hope he goes on and does really well there. And in terms of transfer, I spoke earlier about the young kid, Timo Werner, and one player who is proven in the Premier League, and it looks like Tottenham really do want him, Kevin Morales. Now, whatever's gone on with him and Everton after all that penalty against Albion a few weeks ago on Monday Night Football, I don't know. quite honestly don't know what happened, but it seemed to be going fine for him at Everton. He scored penalty in the West Ham loss, and everything looked fine, and I really do rate him as a player as well. Tottenham obviously won him, and I do think he'd fit in well at Tottenham. You know, you could play him a bit further on, but I think on that right hand side with potentially Chadley on the other side or Lamela on the other side, will give Tottenham that bit of a cutting edge that I think they've been lacking. Eriksen kind of gives them that a little bit as well, but it seems to me for the last couple of seasons since Bale went, obviously, that you haven't had that player who can really run at defences properly and then have the ability to go and whip crosses in or go and produce some magic from a shot. And we saw at White Hart Lane, the goal he got again for Everton, what a goal that was. So I think that'd be a brilliant signing. Big loss for Everton, of course. I think they need to really hold on to him. Whatever has gone on there, they need to sort it out. But if Tottenham can get this one across the line, I really would advocate that as a transfer. So that's about it for the Tottenham video. Just to recap, I think it's been a very good season so far for Spurs. Final, which we would take, you know, a repeat of the 2002. I think Poyet scored, or he played in it. Anyway, you've got that coming up. You're still in the knockout stages. You've done pretty well in Europe, and I've watched you this year. Albeit, you know, you haven't been coming up against the strongest oppositions in the world. And then in the league, you know, 5th in the league, vying for a top 4 play. Why not? Why can't you go on and do that? 5th or 6th in the league, I'm not quite sure when. It's more open than ever, you know, there's 2 spaces and there's 4 teams that are vying for them, with Southampton, Manchester United, Arsenal, of course, and Tottenham themselves. So we'll see what goes on. I think Morales could potentially push them on in the league. I do think he's that good. I really do like Kevin Morales. So we'll have to wait and see. Tottenham fans, let me know what you think. Who have you heard that your club are going to sign? Who do you want them to sign, and where do you think you need to strengthen? Do you think Pochettino's doing a good job? I think he is. I think he needs players who might give him a little bit more work rate than what is there at the moment. That was a big feature when he was at Southampton. His team worked very hard and pushed up the field. And when Tottenham have done this year, it's been some of the best performances. Going back to that Everton game when they did that in the second half and came around and won it. So yeah, drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, that would be fantastic, and I'll be back with the penultimate video in this series, which will be West Brom. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.